Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Madam Secretary. It's nice to see you here again. First, I want to start off by thanking you and your staff. As you know, Mr. Miller, Mr. Hinojosa, and I were working on the workforce investment reauthorization, and we received a lot of very valuable technical assistance and advice, and we do appreciate that significantly on that basis. We're interested in so many different things in that bill, but a number of which I think sort of overlap with some direction from the White House and from your office as well, particularly the Community College Career Fund. I wonder if you'll talk a little bit more about that specific piece that happens to be in our bill as well, but what you anticipate from it and how it will help people as they get back to work.
Congressman Tierney, maybe before you walked in the room, I spoke about the TAA Community College Fund that has now been in existence, and we're now at the second portion or part of the phase. We're now going to be rolling out the other $500 million. We've already rolled out $500 million. Those grants went all over the state. Some states competed very well in consortiums, and I know your state did very well, and so did the state of California, I might ask. But also, what we're doing there is really looking at things in terms of innovation, but I like to say innovation/reform, because we're really asking community colleges to step up to the plate and not just teach for the sake of teaching, but teach for a credential or a license or whatever it might be that would actually lead to the job. So we're asking for measures of that. And that's what I think is different about this new program that the President has talked about. He's willing to put aside funding for K-12, $4 billion and $4 billion for community colleges. The same things that we've learned in the TAA Community College program will be applied, but on a broader scale. And we found some very good evidence to show that we're actually seeing more investments in manufacturing and IT and healthcare and industries where we actually need to continue to have people getting into jobs like welding, like apprenticeships, because we're finding that there's a big shortage in manufacturing of those very highly skilled individuals. At journeymen, as an example, I know you and I share our concern for some of these jobs that are out there, but there is a great need to have a continual pool of people that are cycling into these kinds of jobs.
Well, we have such a variance just in my district alone, as you know, everything from the type of job you just described, but also up to very technically oriented jobs, whether it's in the healthcare field and technology there, and radiology technicians right on down the line. We have a program in Lynn, in the GE side, obviously, which brings in high precision manufacturing on that.
And your bill talks about sectors. And that's exactly what we've been able to do with the TAA Community College Fund. So we know that it works. I'm very excited to see that you and your colleagues here, but also in the Senate, have the same kind of idea or concept that we need to be looking to push out incentives to regionalize and look at sectors that are growing and help to incentivize that. And right now, as you know, many of our states are strapped. They are cutting their education budget. So this is a shot in the arm for many of those programs that have been stagnant, especially in manufacturing and bioindustry and IT and healthcare.
Well, so much has changed since 1998 when we first did this law, and the types of new industries that weren't even thought of at the time. So the flexibility that we're trying to provide in the bill, and we received help with it as well, of allowing people to go to a new area and then be flexible. Yesterday, we spoke with one employer in my district while we were on a conference who used some of the resources to actually train incumbent workers.
Right.
Because he was losing his business, and he had to shift from doing high-precision medical devices and other types of work to the aerospace type of industry. And with the assistance of the Workforce Investment Board, partnering with a provider like the community college, moving on that, he was able to get his people certified, credentialed, and now half his business is in that area. He would have had to lay those people off and move in a different direction. So your office is helping and help us grapple with the innovation idea, the idea of being flexible on that, the partnershiping in the sectors. All of that, I think, is important, and no less so than the accountability aspect on that. And I just wanted to wrap up by, I wish Ms. Fox were still here, because my information is some 162,458 jobs, you want to be exact, adults receive training services, which I think is a pretty incredible number, and 69.6%, 70% actually entered employment in the first quarter after that. That's a marked fact that we could give Ms. Fox and she could take it home. The same thing, almost 130,000 Americans got training services through a weird dislocated workers program, and well over 66% of those got jobs. So those are the kind of metrics that we want to be able to show on a regular basis, and unless we can show them, we won't be able to continue the program and shouldn't. Right. So the whole idea is the accountability wrapped in with the other aspects we talked about. I want to thank you for your work and your staff again for their great work.
Thank you. Thank you.